Hello and welcome back to part 2 of our playthrough through Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I have finally managed to level up a few levels on my Thermituge, however you pronounce that word. In other words, it's essentially a black mage, but we haven't gotten there yet. In fact, we've yet to start any of our job quests. Oh, because we are here in Limsa and our job quests are in Ul'dah, which we can't get to yet. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I've managed to get to level 13, so it's time to turn in this quest where we left off last time and go from there. Better on, if you will. Oh, right, I need to start this. Oops. Wrong one. New game plus. Resume. Bloody hells, life on the farm ain't quite quite how I pictured it. Ah, but you needn't worry yourself over young Servant. Yellow Jackets as an outs the punishment. Ah, and outs the punishment is good mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to keelhaul. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with you. LCD's treated fair. Now it sounds to me you've done everything old Star One asked of you and more, justifying me generous finder fees in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for reward, well, she's a lonely lad, the drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell, with a free room and board? Venturing's a trying business, after all. don't... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Lemons don't roast their bones every now and again, tend to end up with broken ones. And taking it from me, fighting ain't nearly as much fun as when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you here. Free bed for you, so make use of it. Oh yes, her speech is hard. Not that you'll have much time for laying around, what with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention I'm putting your name down for leaves? Our guild draws all manners of clients, offering all manners of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Cree a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task for you to do. Guild leave's now available. Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I can mention. I tell you, if it turns out they'd ought to do with them the kidnappings, that'll be 7 hills to pay, a proper bleeding reckoning. Mayhap that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boats to get right to it. But I'll have time for such talk when you're well all rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. Aww. Access to recommendations. Right. Yeah, I got that. Let's fix the music problem. Oops. Howdy fair, Chihiro. Rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I've no idea where you might be try heading next. Have you heard of the skylift out in the middle of Lenosha? If you ever visited Wood Whisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down the thing at least once. It's that big bleeding scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo off the cliff face. I would label that, and I using the Enterprise of Soul to pick up the odd jobs what no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Whatrat, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Let's see here. Skylift. Sky high. Where we go? Middle of Lenosha. Oh, I know where this is. I will be... No, that's lower than Lenosha. Yep. Down to Bulwark Hall. See you later. I shall return. Oh, my pologram out. Ha ha ha. Yeah. We don't need to do this. There's our man. Well, Rogadin anyway. Batterin sent you out here, did he? And consider your welcome at the skylift. Look at that bloody cliff, will you? One blast of fire he held from that huge dragon was all it took to split the ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through though, so this mess of wood pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them anyway, at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle my growing list of headaches. I see pulleys or something. Oh well. You should recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad I am to see you again, lass. The wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity what sprang out from a millicorn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. I need to head down the road, recover the seedling, and deliver it to Lyle over at Swiftperch in western Lenosha. Whatever he pays for cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in the Swiftperch, so a journey should be worth your while. Okay. Let's bring out our chocobo and head up the road. Don't mind me, crabs. Wildcat, Millicorn seedling. Yeah, let's kill him. And 45 XP, that's not bad. Ow! Okay. Grafeisen, come here. I'm just a Swiftperch. That can't talk today. And here we are at Swiftperch. Has Dimia for herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I'd understood the risk in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of millicorn, I at least expected to see the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Is that my millicorn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swiftperch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madam, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? Well, if you insist. Very well. What's he got for me? You there, adventurer! Cast your eyes towards the brewer's beacon. Does the light seem uncommonly weak? Cannot possibly be bright enough to guide these ships sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the brewer's beacon and see if aught has befallen Consulas, the lighthouse keeper. God, I hate Rogan and names so much. Oh, look, more XP pinatas. Sure. Alright. Ooh, 413 XP, sweet. You say I sent you here? Eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace has buggered off, you see. If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble in the water. I know you're just the messenger, lass, but I can tell an adventurer when I see one. I'm gonna need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw what you ripped from a smoldering corpse. This here iron braziers. Take this here iron brazier and set her down right in the middle of the flock, somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lass. Ugh. Don't worry, the speech gets way better later. Much more understandable. There's that. Alright. Done. Let's kill this right quick. Challenge. Yay. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its low claws. Like this? Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. Had myself a bit of a look while you were gone, and really cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. Patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. You might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swiftperch and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. Shall indeed. And why druid? Let's see. Come on, cast the spell. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. Seems I have another favor to ask of you, Adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild in Limsa Laments and explain the situation to Forge Master Nanza? Right? If I remember right, there is... Yes, there is. We don't have to go the long way around. We can use the ferry. God, I love the music here. Ah. Welcome to Aleport. We are heading to Limsa. Yes. And let's see here. Right, outcastle should get us close. Freaking dancer showing off. Furnace and brewer's beacon needs repairs. I got beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Mayhap the bomb Kensel was trapped in there was a touch too volatile? All the artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. The work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. What say you to taking on some work from Naldik in the middle of Sylvia? We have a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive out to it. But I can't stand these names. The head shipwright at the Moraby Drydocks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenotia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldik and the Millies. Moraby Drydocks is one of Limsa most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's aetheryte. If you know confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the checkerboard porters. First floor of the mizzenmast, in case you're wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate, follow the road south, may the navigator guide your steps. No, wrong way. Yep, this way to the Moraby Drydocks. Never say no to XP. I have some of those. Dodo feather and animal hides. Not entirely sure those are useful. Dodo tenderloin. Oopsie. Iconic Final Fantasy. Let's see, where is this guy at? Nope, not here. There he is. You have a missive for me from the Fortmaster Nansa? I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials that ordered over a moon past. Let's see it, man. Blasted botherations. Botheration? Another delay? I am well aware of the shortage of skilled artisans, but this is insufferable. My apologies. The messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Chiharu Sakurai. Chiharu, is it? Well, Chiharu, if this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the Calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships for that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is a symbol of Limsa rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the 7th Umbral Era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the Thalassakri? Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place for layabouts and troublemakers. Where in the 7 hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Farrellsmid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa, but has yet to return. I have several missives to halt. Brolo. but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. The man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling me the whole truth. As I cannot leave my post, I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Halbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he's transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. Open the gates! Up or down? No, it's down. Does that suffrage's dog have... Whatever. Doubt that I've told him anything less than the truth? Yeah, you know more than you're letting on. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that, can he? I swear in my poured on his grave, the navigator rest her soul, I know not of this Feralsmid, nor his precious supplies. Elves, we here at the Quay have had enough trouble these past few suns, what with the sinking of that Lamentian cargo ship off the Salt Strand. I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders off in the grip. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows? You may just run across this field that everyone's so eager to find. Here's to hoping the navigator hasn't found him first. And we're off. Again. Oh, look who it is. The person we're looking for. Hi, I'm Feralsmid. You say the foreman's wondering of my whereabouts? I thought you might be. But you must know, I cannot show my face at the Drydocks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the Drydocks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs. So I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out and meet her. By the time was halfway twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen too nigh on town yawns, and 'twasn't long before the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lamentian galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the Salt Strand. I've made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are calling with Kirquin, and I ain't one to win with a sword. And now you see why it is I cannot return to the Drydocks. Very well. Let's go kill everyone. wheel. I'll take that. Tangled rigging. Do that. And sailcloth. Oh dear. I got two of them after me. That night, I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it worked long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. Below, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I won't find myself washed ashore, and here I have been ever since. Esses, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. Yes, no thanks, no help from you. Here it is. The missing parts! I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away, but first I must stop by the quay so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisherman who gave his life for a handful of coin. Could you tell Athgrim that I'll be back to Drydocks by daybreak? Many thanks, adventurer. I'll not forget his kindness. Oh, come on. I think it is. Why, yes it is. don't want to do that. Is this all I have? Everything for craftsmanship and freaking gatherers. Oh boy. I might need to whip up some food for magic casters. Level 14 though. Woohoo! Progress! Let's see here. Found your missing man. I am relieved to hear that both Therlsman and the supplies were unharmed, though it was foolish of him to believe that I would blame him for that, which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent to the Drydocks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered up Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sorts which the Sahuagin had been known to conjure. Ah, joy. Jaharo, while originally you had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldik and Vermillis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Gee. Kimolta, head of the watch here at Drydocks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all impediments that endured before, during the following calamity, the fact that there are still those who turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coins. Just the thought of it sickens me. Okay. Let's find out how to get to this gentleman. Oh, he's right here. Storm Captain. Ah, yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Athburn sent. Since you first arrived at Moraby Drydocks, I have had my men watch you. Well, there's no need to get angry. I'm making a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It's simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then, I assume Athburn informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates who believe are conspiring to raid the Drydocks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing a lost adventurer and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Stationed at the rear gates can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Oh, fellow cat person, probably cat girl. Judging from the name. Yes, indeed. Yo, haha, I knew it. No more sardines for Chicago tonight. I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on whom Athburn would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Nimia, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped unaware of that, though. The music, it stopped. Oh, that's a lot of fireflies. Circular pirate. Checking on some swill. I'm giving you to the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your venturing arse back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, eyes added up to me ears with your type, roaming the hills like they was years to roam. It's getting to be what a man cannot enjoy a mug of rum without having some shake breathing breath outlander running up and asking which way the local lead me. 7 L's if I know. I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. All's balls. Once we have me boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pistol of an island so far behind me, ain't no one remember I was over here. Come on, Scrags, we've knives to sharpen. Friendly lot, isn't he? The trespassers are indeed pirates, and they be indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be the target was never the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Chiharu. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. I am concerned, Chiharu. It appears that the pirates that you have investigated are on the move. They creep ever closer to Drydocks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory yourself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limstone strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. I must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Chiharu, are just the woman to do it. With your capable assistance, I fear the security of the Drydocks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guard submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Eorzea in the front gate or Tanago at the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Rough ice and away! Oi, cat girl! You! How's your salmon? Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand on board to help us shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit close to desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has the chance to cover his tracks. I shall do just that. Didn't we just do this, Fate? Oh, come on, Rottweiler. You should know better than that. Boss, spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Oh. That's not good. Victory in peril? So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could the knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Odds below, we're not prepared for this. The pirates, soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there is no time to lose. Jaharo, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste now. Huh. Is it this way? Yes, it is. Crap. Healer if I ever saw one. Eat a fireball. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Now, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright. And I'm a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Limion's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Dot. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. I wondered Atherin's son never spoke with his father. I never would have thought. This ship a symbol, all right, of everything that went wrong with the world, and I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Rap. Kamtoya, Chiharu, pray beat the tar of this bloated sea slug, and make sure no harm comes to the victory. Well, I can oblige, sir. That's weird. Sahiga. Great. That's fantastic. Ow. Hey, I must be getting old letting some green adventurer get the best of me. Ah. Don't we have explosives to deal with? That's one bloody big ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did ya? My thanks, Chihiro. I shudder to think what may have become of the victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get sorting out the docks. One of my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Never did my father have a way of turning my life upside down. Pray convey my thanks, and my apologies to Cremono. Toa? I don't know. I hate their names. How fare you, Chihiro? I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lamensa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of recruitment if we are to truly keep the Drydocks safe. Robertham apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why you would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the way, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellowjackets. Rainier's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellowjackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask you for another favor. Well, I shall have to wait. On the next episode!